Okay, let's now look at the British hospitality industry. And first of all, let's have a look at what has been done. And I think what you should do actually in your own time is as well, just have a look on these websites and what this sustainability committee is actually doing. So the industry has set up a sustainability committee, and it brings together Compass, Mitchell and Butlers, Travelodge, and Best Western. And obviously, what they are doing is they assess how the industry can react to legislations that has just come into force or will be coming into force. And there's a lot at the moment going on with regards to energy, how to use energy, but how to reduce the waste of energy, and what hotels and obviously other hospitality establishments can do or have to do in order to meet certain sustainability targets as well. Now, what else is happening? The British Hospitality Association is obviously in contact with the government as well, in order to see how some of the targets and the 2020 targets and also 2012 targets are going to affect the industry. So again, that even though they're in contact with the UK government, obviously there are a lot of EU regulations. For example, cutting greenhouse emissions by 8% by 2012, because that is what was set out in '97 in the Kyoto Protocol. So what can the industry do? Again, look at this and see what the sector or the industry has done, because obviously 2012 is next year. Has it worked? Has it not worked? And what has the British hospitality industry done? Now, there is not really January this year, but in 2008 there's an EU emissions trading scheme, and it was last year followed by the UK carbon reduction commitment scheme. So how can the EU help you to reduce the emission? Now, if we now look at it in a bit more detail, the Caterer Research did a poll. The 150 hospitality operators carried out research for Green Month, which is quite good actually. 70% agreed that customers were showing more interest in their commitment to environmental sustainability, but 80% of guests still leave their lights on when they leave the hotel room. Why? No idea. You wouldn't do it at home either. Now, obviously, as a business, you've got certain corporate social responsibility. Invest in certain things: low carbon building material, energy recovery plants. What's your waste management policies? Do you recycle? Do you recycle certain things? Are you seen as an environmentally strong brand? Yeah, or are you actually not doing anything? But obviously CSR is, you have to, if you want to be socially responsible and seen as socially responsible by your customers and your competitors, there's certain things you nowadays have to do with regards to your the environmental actions you are taking. And CSR is just what it is. It's an integral aspect of the business strategy in many areas of the economy. Whether it's seen as a marketing tool, or whether you believe in it as a business, is up for debate, because a lot of people really believe that businesses only do it to be seen as a positive business and to use it as a marketing ploy, rather than using it because they believe they can actually change something. Now, there are some green facts and figures here. I know they're slightly a bit older, but again, they haven't changed a lot really. The energy bill could be cut back if the restaurants and hotels for example, don't leave the gas on. and people switch the light off and things like that. 5,000 participants of the Hospitality Climates Program saved 13 million in 2006. Water efficiency measures could save 25%. Again, it's not just all about saving money, but it's also about saving resources. The workers are asking for environmental policies. Road freight, can you reduce road freight? Again, it's all about food miles. How can you get your food to your business? I know it's not always possible, but there are certain things you can do buy locally. Air food miles, 18 million tons of CO2, and I'm sure it's even more nowadays. A leaky tap producing 1 drip per second wastes about 4 liters of water per day. So why not just fix it? Examples of green initiative at Waterhouse: they have a heat transfer system, they do composting, they filter and bottle tap water, hydroelectric power, water electric power. They've got an electric van that delivers their vegetables. They recycle as much as possible, energy saving bulbs, store your vegetables on a shelf rather than a fridge. I mean, if you can't keep them for very long anyway, so make sure you use them as well. Chemical-free restaurant, non-chemical paint, and use your furniture from sustainable resources, I guess. Also, so just use maybe recycled material as well. Mistakes made by the industry: not using natural light for workers to set up, clean and prepare. Gas left on by chefs is one of the big issues when they're not using the stoves. Aircon left on in guest bedrooms, and again it comes back to that light. Leaving the sauna on when it's not used. Why not use a little, tell people to switch it on 20 minutes before they go on, or use a coin machine. Suppliers use polystyrene boxes for produce, leave water running, and kitchen sinks filled with water just to cool down vegetables. These are just a few examples. Now, what I want you to do now is discuss other mistakes that have been made by the industry. Again, as I said, this is vital for your exam. So again, put all the other ideas you come up with, put them in your wiki. There's stuff like, for example, the whole issue with reusage of towels in hotels. What can you do with printing when you're printing documents? What could you do there? So these are the things you should be thinking about. Put them in the wiki, and it's a group wiki for everyone. So just put in there what you found, and also what I want you to do is, what could your business be doing to save energy? Again, use the wiki to discuss your ideas. But I also want to think about which hospitality employers do you think are making the biggest difference to climate change at the present time, and support this with research. So if you found some business that's making a real difference by recycling, composting, things like that, put the web link on the wiki. It'd be great to see something like that. And these things would, again, when you look at the stuff that your business is doing, could be doing, again, write all those ideas down as well. And finally, what do you think is your responsibility as a future leader or manager in the industry in order to be more green? What do you have to do? Again, I can't stress enough how important these questions are for your exam. Okay, so make sure you do this as your homework. Again, I've set up 3 different wikis, and they're for everyone to put their information in. Now, you've got some other people there. You've got the Carbon Trust. You've got you've got someone called the Create an Ethical, Sustainable Hospitality Industry. Considered Hoteliers Association, DEFRA. So those are all people where if you look at the Considered Hoteliers Association, I'm sure you can find some businesses on their website. So these are all people who deal with how to be more environmentally friendly, what you can do to be more sustainable as well. Always worth just checking out. And then you should be able sort of define what climate change is. We've analyzed the impacts of climate change on the hospitality industry, evaluate the industry's impact on climate change, and then we've also looked at the methods that can to take corrective action. And obviously you are still doing that in your wiki as well. So I've given you a few ideas, but you continue doing this in your wiki as this homework. Go out and make a difference. And just as a homework, and you actually don't have to do it as a group, just do it individually. Visit 2 of your local restaurants and ask a few of the staff if they are aware of those programs above that you researched, waste minimization and recycling programs of the governments in your area, and see if they're aware of the policies that those restaurants have in place. And then you can just present your findings in the wiki as well. So as again I said, so I'm going to set up a few wikis for you actually for this lesson. So you've got quite a bit to do as homework. Next week we're going to talk about skills gap in the hospitality industry and whether the service in hospitality is going down the pan.